Warning, this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, so, like I said, I thought it was gonna be really stupid in this show, right? If Largay 9 had to go from his human form back to his monster form just to transfer us into Varys, right? And I'm really glad they immediately said realized that's probably really fucking stupid, and he got rid of that right away.
It is interesting because, like, I definitely don't want to have a situation where we're doing just doing unnecessary costume changes and bringing in like suit actors for like.
I don't need this runtime to be padded out, you know, right? Look, these 3 seconds of him transforming back and forth.
Yeah,
adds up, you know,
and also,
right?
Like, especially because we have already established to sometimes unnerving degree, especially with our bird granute, right? That when they're just in, like, disguise as humans, the tummy still shows. The second mouth is still there. So, like, if it just needs to be put in the second mouth, you don't need to transform. In fact, it probably would have been better, I guess, for Lage 9 to either not transform into his jellyfish form and just use his human form to transform into Vram, or to exclusively turn into Vram as his jellyfish granute form so they would never know his human identity. But he just, full mask off, just goes, hey, this is me as a human, this is me as a granute, this is me as a common.
Oh, man, hey, man, boy, hey, look, look, I didn't realize that humans are this thin, you know, right? Yeah. I could fit my arm in, like, so many places, you know, right?
Yeah, it's pretty convenient.
Yeah.
We're here, we get a good, complete, exact same shot for shot, like, just the same footage from the last, like, 2 minutes of last episode.
They just replayed the last as the code open for this episode. Like,
and then we got to what I immediately called, which was, and then Gavv uses the cake form, because why the fuck would you try to fight just in gummy form?
That form fucking sucked. You know, right? Yeah. Hey, Tariq, is Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 18, extremely strong, the Pudding Bodyguard.
Yeah, I also want to point out, I do find it very funny that, like Vram is clearly powerful because the narrative requires it, but from whatever hierarchy that we're doing of the snack/sweet powers, Pudding might be the flimsiest, least structurally strong thing that I could think of to represent, like, being a hardcore badass.
But the thing about Pudding, right? You can engulf something in Pudding. No? Like, imagine all the things you can put into
we're hitting
Pudding.
That, like, 50s shit where the 1950s where they just put shit in Jello.
Yeah, right. Like, look, you can put a stapler in a. It
can hold anything. You can put 2 Whipple soldiers in there and just beat the shit out of them there.
Right, yeah, right. Like, imagine all the things you can just put in Jello. You know, it's the exact same thing with pudding, right? Especially when the pudding is piss color, you know, right?
I mean, I guess, but, like, it was just so. I don't know how to say it. It was just like, it's. You know, there's the question that we have about, like, what constitutes, like, worthy of, like, for Shoma's taste buds or stomach or appetite or whatever it is, his palate, what constitutes a food that is worthy to make a gochizo for. But, like, you know, I've generally just kind of been like, okay, we're not necessarily thinking about the actual properties of the food all the time. We're just more trying to, like, what aesthetically makes sense. You know, if you bite like a chocolate bar, Like you can kind of make like a little toy gun with it. Okay, cool. Marshmallows are fluffy, so it's a bounce around kind of form, whatever. Hard candy, Okay, sure. With the exception of Lage 9 being a jellyfish granute, I don't know what the fuck else is supposed to be intimidating about fucking Pudding. Like, it's just jiggly.
You got me. This is flan, not pudding. You know, right? This is
sure.
that
garbage.
Saying,
you're right. It's not. Yes, it's not school lunch like goo. It's not school lunch goo.
Yeah, right. Is that garbage stuff the American industry tries to push on you as a kid? You know, this is flan. It's fancier.
Eat your goo and swallow your red and drink your blue. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Right. This is flan. You know, it's way more fancy. You know, right?
I'm just saying they just went with. He's a jellyfish jiggles, so he should be a Kamen Rider that's based off of some other food that jiggles. Oh fuck! I guess we'll make him flan. I guess sure. That's not super intimidating or really makes sense for his like power abilities and like the like. Aesthetically, I see what they're doing. They're making, like, the bandolier with, like, the pudding, cups around them, and, okay, cool, kind of looks like grenades, okay, cool. What about this is pudding? What else about this is pudding?
Look, yes, the spoons, you use spoons to eat pudding,
sure,
right? Yeah.
Man, sure, I don't know.
But I also love how it took Showa, like, after I gave his acting, he is definitely not on our side,
You're definitely, so you're really, truly a bad guy. Oh, hey, look.
Yeah, right? Him beating us up wasn't like a test of, like, straight to join our side. He just straight up was beating us up, it turns out. Like, oh, yeah.
Especially after the last arc was literally just about Shoma going, maybe I shouldn't trust this crab granute. Maybe I'm the exception and not the rule.
Look, like I said, Shoma's an innocent boy, He sees the good in granute, He knows that there has to be at least one good granute, Right? Not all of them are bad, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting because from a certain standpoint, it makes sense of, like, I have to believe in other people or other granutes because if I'm good, then I have to extend that same, like, benefit of the doubt to
them. If my grandfather can renounce his years of illegal experiment, there has to be someone that does that,
Right.
Probably before they start doing years of illegal experiments,
right.
Right? The off the bat,
But it's like,
right?
He's literally been raised completely different than any other granute, and also isn't strictly a granute, right? He's half human.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe extend that grace to, like, if you find another half human, half granute hybrid. But assuming that all of the drug dealers that are sent out by your family's drug dealing, like, syndicate are going out and, like, dealing drugs and kidnapping people and getting them killed are in any way, like, remorseful on the, like, front end is a very big leap to, like, give them the benefit of the doubt for that.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Nervo shows up. He's like, hey, check this out. Hey, isn't he fucking cool?
Hey, you're not the only... Hey, I can do this.
I guess I should give him a stupid name like you guys,
Yeah.
Ram.
Yeah, what's better than Lage 9? Vram. I genuinely thought he was gonna name him, like, Takeshi Hongo. Give him just a straight up fucking, like, human name. And he's like, no, I just want to name the suit. I want to name the suit.
Yeah. I want to name the suit of armor, right?
Yeah.
Look, Iron Man calls his armor Mark, right? Mark 9 and all that shit. Like, ooh. I think this stupid suit of armor a cool name too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Graham.
But at least with Neuro, right? He doesn't understand the human language. He doesn't understand what the fuck these human words are. So hey, him naming it Ram is funny as fuck. I was all right. That makes sense, But unlike Hanto, who had to be like, man, what's a good name for me, Ooh, ooh, okay, all right, I got chocolate. You know what can I workshop with this?
Yeah,
You know, right?
I mean,
Normal coming with this
yeah.
stupid ass name.
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck. It makes sense for him to come up with it. I like Hatu actually said he actually had to think about it, like yeah, valid. I was like, all right, that's the best you got.
Yeah, he
Sure,
was
Val,
really
all right.
he was really working on the fly with the last remaining brain cells he had.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you know, right. Yeah, man. And I would give Naruto a pass. He's the
Yeah,
he learned what pudding was like 3 days ago. You know?
Yeah, and
He's still trying
decided to make a thing out of it. Speaking of Valen's fucking last remaining brain cells, Hanto finally decides to address the his idea of the elephant in the room of like Shoma's hiding something. And Shoma again proving that once again he might be, despite all of his like innocence and naivety to like the human world, might still be a more competent like adult than Hanto, because he's able to almost perfectly curve the situation and tell half truths about, like, he tells him the truth of the situation, and lets Hanto like fill in the blanks for himself, and just goes
Yes.
That is what I was hiding from you.
That is exactly why.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
This is it. This is
Now,
exactly
good job.
what it is.
Hey, man, all of your if the president your president was here, you know, he would be like, hey, good job.
You're my god, you're such an ace detective. You really cracked this case wide open.
You are a super A rank investigator now.
Man, Watergate, never heard of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Deep Throat, who's he? All I care about is Hanto Karakita. I mean, Kamen Rider Valen. You're the best sleuth there is.
Man. So I love how this is the final point where Hanto discovers about stomach ink and realizes
finally realizes that when he fought Glotta, he got his ass. He's like, oh, okay, I got my ass beat by her because she's strong. It's like, yeah, that was just clear from the beginning,
right? I love he never realized that there was a hierarchy system. He thought that there was just monsters going around turning people into acrylic stands.
I mean,
you know, I was like,
look, if this is your first Kamen Rider series, you don't know this. Hey, he doesn't know about Kamen Rider. He doesn't know that's how literally every single one of these fucking things happen. Where there's some kind of general structure. He doesn't know
that who hides in the shadow of the shadow. You know, wait, what shadow does the shadow cast? You know, right? Yeah. Oh, look, he learns that there's a bigger conspiracy going on.
Yeah.
You know, about this, right?
And he goes, "Oh, I see why if you don't want to deal with like it." Hanto does so much to like give Shoma, like, again, Shoma truly could like be fully honest with Hanto, but Hanto is giving, like, without even Shoma really trying, giving him so many, like, answers to questions that, like, he doesn't have, like, a legitimate answer to. Of, like, oh, well, I bet if you had to escape from all of those, like, really strong people, that's why you would prioritize, like, saving people instead of trying to fight back. That's why you're not on a rage boner like I am, because you actually know that you can get your ass kicked. It's like, well, yes, that is technically true. There's more to it, but I'm not going to correct you on that.
Hey, look, everybody you're speaking of it makes sense, you know, for us. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. But yeah, hey, look, again, now we're on the same page again, you know.
Now
right?
everything is clear. And
I'm really glad you have completely opened up to me and told me all, and no longer lied to me about anything, you know, right?
Yeah.
Right? You really are my eyeball, you know, right? You are my partner in this situation. Now we are now two writers, you know, together, right?
Yep. It's pretty funny. And then we get to our collaborators, which is, hey, Shuga...
Man, I was actually hoping for Hanto to pop in the scene for some reason. I really hope that becomes a bit at some point where he just walks in.
That will be true. I mean, Shuga's really playing with fire here, right? I'm playing both sides, that way I always come out on top. You're playing both sides until one... Like, this is less of, like, of Always Sunny, Mac playing both sides, and this is more like that show on MTV, Catfished, where it's just like,
Uh-huh.
you can get away with this for a while, but it will eventually show up. Like,
Man, I look, man, like he knows that this is a bad idea. I am working with, right, but he's like, oh boy, but hey, look, I'm getting my kick off of this moment. You're like, wow, this is so exciting.
Especially because even in human form, Shoma and Hanto now know. I mean, Shoma obviously knows what Nielv looks like, but Nielv showed himself. Lage 9 showed his human form. Mask is off for everybody, right? Everybody knows who each other is. They just don't know who their allegiances are, right? That's the thing.
Right.
But yeah, I guess in the time.
Yeah, but, hey, I don't know. I love the bit when Sugar is just playing with the belt.
Playing with the USB belt. Yeah, he's just going, ooh, take it out, put it in, take it out.
Rub your tummy. I'm rubbing your tummy.
Ooh, let me play with it. Ooh, I get to pull it out. He at least asked for permission. He asked to be excused while he does it.
It's so fucking funny. I don't know. This scene is so.
And then he pokes his skin like when he's in human form, going, oh man, this is so real.
Oh man, how much detail did you put into when you make them as humans? Right?
Yeah.
Right. It's real fucking funny.
Yeah. Anyway, Lage 9 doesn't give a shit about any of this, and he's done with all of it. And he goes, "Can I just kill them?" And he was like, "Hey, sure, man. If you can get away with it, fuck it."
Now look, yeah.
The power of pudding is strong.
Yeah, then our bird Granu is once again going around trying to lure people around.
God, the bird Granutes again. Her plan is so batshit stupid. Like, it really goes to show, like, I get that, like, again, Nielv is trying to test his little, experiment and toy and everything, but Lage 9 was doing better work with his jellyfish powers, just doping people up and then taking them while they're essentially high off of, like, jellyfish toxins, and then turning them into presses. Now we're back to part-timers doing contrived schemes like, well, if I throw my scarf in the air and blow wind with my bird powers, and then they go and catch it, and then they're happy because they know that they did a good thing, then I'll give them...
Yeah, and they help a pretty Japanese lady like me, right?
And then it just, like... And then it cuts to... Oh, apparently... Boy, this is the best part of the episode. Apparently, one Twitter post is enough to... One Twitter post of how a person is dressed...
I don't know, man. Look, there's got a lot of... Look, it has 915 views, right?
One Twitter post with 915 views, 11 comments, 49 retweets, and 409 likes is enough to fucking warn people to go, oh my god, this crazy one. But let's really talk about this post though, because this is the best part. Oh god, I have tears in my eyes. So it turns out that Hanto probably didn't draw that photo just when he was a kid. Draw that picture of the.
Yeah, no, I fucking lost. I was like, oh, okay, okay. This is starting to make a lot of sense now.
Holy shit! Look, man, look. I'm not the best artist.
Boy, look. So I don't want the earliest joke we had on this show. Like, boy, how the fuck has he kept this paper so good?
Yeah,
right.
But I think he's. They say. They say that you're able to refine art by practicing over and over again. But I think this is a pretty clear line, proving in the contrary, because this boy's had 20 years to try and sketch out his mother's kidnapper, and he still has these drawing skills of a fucking kindergartner. Holy shit. Look at my OC. Like, fucking ass. Like, this is my new character. This is my favorite character from this show. I drew him. What do you guys think? This is my original.
I think it's enough. It's enough to get people.
Apparently it is. Also, if this woman just... I mean, if the bird Granute just changed her clothes, the whole plan... Like, the plan is
You don't need the hat. You can change the scarf,
This is
right?
just... Like, again, this goes back to Hanto's just insane dog shit, like, critical thinking of, like, I know exactly how we'll get her. We'll put out a drawing that looks like a fucking, like, 6-year-old made it, and then we'll put it on Twitter.
I'm really glad, right? I'm really glad that Showa is not like an actual like a actual adult. He's an adult, but he's not like an actual adult.
He's not an adult human. He's not an adult human.
Like, man, that's really good.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I have no point of reference other than, although to be fair, he does have a point of reference from the literal artists that he went to with Sachika's like grandma or grandaunt or whatever, and was like, oh wow, this is art, huh? That's pretty cool. And he didn't look at what Hanto made and go, what the fuck is this shit? Could you imagine?
Oh, by the way,
could you imagine if you went to a police sketch artist and they turned around and so they flipped the page around and they went, oh, did she look like this? And you go, that's her, officer, that's her.
It's so amazing. Also, by the way, in terms of hey, so what are the biggest rule of like television nowadays? If you're gonna do social media accounts, right?
Yeah.
You know, right? You can get like online handles. Make sure these are actual online handles you can get.
Oh yeah.
You know, right? Right? In terms of that Sachika's handle, it just actually belongs to an actual person.
Holy shit! Really? Happy
That
Sachi?
Yeah, that's a real account, you know. Hey, I heard that person fucking hates it too, you know, because I went to look at their account.
What?
They fucking.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah, look, that makes sense. Hey, look, this person, hey, respect, I believe you, you know. Good, yeah, hey. I would have able to look at my account too. It's real fucking funny, you know. Like, hey,
wow, they've had that account since 2019. That is crazy. That just do one Google. Just do one Google. One quick.
Yeah, you know.
Whenever you're gonna make a profile or like make it like your, even in the world of Gavv, right? You'd think that Sachika would look it up herself and know that account's already taken, right? Like, oh my god!
I just have that the website use is just straight up a Twitter rip off, right? Like they use like made like their own fakes. I mean, obviously this is a fake. This is a fake website.
Yeah, it's
but like
fake,
if you're gonna design it off of
it's fake.
If you're gonna design it off of Twitter, and
it is
like, don't make it obvious.
Legally distinct, not Twitter, but it's Twitter. It's the McRonalds of like Twitter.
Right, but yeah, but it's real funny. I have to look at like that's the thing that I hate now. When TV shows and when they already put it on sort of like, fuck, I gotta check it out. It's like that woman who fucking hates. It's like that girl who fucking hates having the Emily in Paris Twitter account before the show came out. But I have to look that up when I watch Emily in Paris, right?
I did not know that. That's fucking hilarious.
Did they make an actual a real life Twitter account to go with in universe? Nope. It turns out there's a literal woman who actually already owns the Emily in Paris Twitter account. So when in the show, when Emily makes my Twitter account Emily in Paris, you know, that woman fucking hates it. I went to her account. Her account is also protected and locked. And I think at one point she has to handle, I am not the show. Leave me alone. Boy, you could, boy, at that point, I thought you could just rename that. You could have just called that show anything else. There are a ton of white women named, you know, right? Lily in Paris, Jennifer in Paris, Sarah in Paris, you know, like, that's what this is, like, the most basic thing. If you're gonna do a show,
also, I mean,
you're gonna do a show based on social media, right?
What even is the point of Happy Pare Sachi, like, what... I mean, you could have.
I mean, I suppose a local.
Why not even just?
I mean,
go
it's a local business account.
I'm just
you know,
saying,
right?
why not just make it Happy Pare Sachika? Like, well, you could have. It didn't have to be that. Like, you could have found something else.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it was just real funny when I was looking this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, look, fucking, hey, look, Hanto's fucking thing works, you know.
So apparently,
right?
And that's enough to put the bird granute into a state of hysteria over the thought of not being able to get their fucking drugs. Once you realize that this isn't,
I mean, to be fair, this drug is good, you know.
But I'm just saying, once you realize that this show isn't really like a just a happy-go-lucky thing about like, oh, candy and stuff. It's like this is a very thin metaphor for like the drug industry, like the drug, like this is fucking Breaking Bad, but fucking Kamen Rider. It's pretty funny, like to look at it that way and go, man, they're talking about these candy and stuff. Where like, yeah, the candy is people, but also the people that are eating it are fucking addicted as shit.
Look, the stuff is good.
Yeah.
You know, right?
But
but
hey,
don't worry, the bird menu comes up with a plan, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh, wait.
If
fuck
I
it,
make
I'm just gonna...
If I do, I'm gonna do basically the one of those cash tornadoes and just make it all fly around me, and then I'll bring them all in.
Boy, I mean, there's a lot of fucking construction that's going on. Look, I know they had to keep editing debris, you know, to make it right to show like the impact of this. But holy fuck, there is so much construction.
There's a lot of. I mean, I guess that's the loosest things that could be around in a metropolitan city, but it still feels like, boy, he just fucked over a bunch of construction crews.
Right? I just can't believe how much fucking construction, kept blowing around, you know?
Yeah.
Right? But Showmaker said, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, these wind has to be leading somewhere. Let's just follow the wind, you know? Why are we fighting it, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
Don't fight it. Let's ride the wind.
Send us where we need to know. Boy, man, look, man, I love how they landed face front into this hard concrete. I'm like,
I mean, the other thing that's funny about it is, all things considered, Shoma does stick the landing better than Honto, which makes sense considering his, like, granute constitution. Honto should be dead, right? Honto should have been fucking a pancake when he hit the ground.
Look, remember, he's a superhero, you know, right? Look, he had illegal modifications done on him, you know.
Yeah,
so, look,
I'm just saying, he fucking hits the ground like he almost does a belly flop.
Amazing.
He almost does a belly
flop.
flop.
No, it's fucking amazing. Yeah. So then Largate 9 comes out, then like I said, I fucking hate it. You know, I was like, oh man, we defeat the purpose of him transforming into a fucking monster. You know, I was honestly hoping at this point, you know, he showed up as his jellyfish form, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he set the USB to go back to human, and then he puts on the engine belt. You know, right? I was kind of hoping he would. Right?
It's crazy that they don't even feel the need to like keep his granute stomach exposed. Like, he just puts it on top, and it's like, well, then why did we do that in the first place?
You know, yeah. So he has a bow weapon thingy.
Yeah,
right.
So have you seen actually what the bow weapon thingy like is, like from the scans?
No, I have not seen it. I have no.
So I have okay. So all right. So in Gaim, right, when they went to the what do they call
the Genesis driver?
Yeah, the Genesis driver.
Is this the Savior arrow? Is this a retool of the Savior arrow?
It's not. It's different, but it's like, it's functionally, I guess, from what it looks like, it's going to be the same thing, but dumber, in my opinion. Because you'd see those, like, orange things on the top? Like, on the edges of the bow?
Yeah.
Those are supposedly going to be, like, buzzsaws. So instead of
my assumption was that this he was going to use it as a bladed weapon, because that's the trend now with bows. But you know, it has to be a bladed weapon as well.
I get that, but like in Gaim, it was just like a simple thing of like, okay, the bow has blades on it, which I'm like, okay, cool. These are like fold out little buzzsaws that are there, and I'm like, once again, this goes back to my point of, you're really losing me on the motif. Like, I feel like we're losing the motif of pudding and jellyfish with every single iteration of how Vram operates. Like, in no way do I think of, like, it's like, okay, pudding, a bow, and I'm like, I mean, I guess string because jellyfish tentacles, I guess.
But you like, I you know, I feel like they should have worked in like his stupid little antenna, you know, fucking spoon, right?
I don't really see, like, hey, it's cool, right? Hey, we're having shootouts in the street, all right? We got Valen's gun and Vram's bow. Fine, whatever. I just don't get why it had to be a bow. Like, it just feels like a weird, like, weapon, like, you know, even Horobi's fucking, bow in 01, it was like, again, just has a basic, like, it also has a blade on it. Okay, cool, whatever, fine. It's a sharp bow. Fine, whatever. I don't know why it has to be, like, needlessly complex with, like, and it folds out and there's little buzzsaws. It's like, okay, I guess. What does that have to do with pudding? What does that have to do with jellyfish? What does that have to do with anything?
No, but it has to do with his second form, you know, you know.
Oh, God,
right?
yeah.
Right, give me a... Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, meanwhile, while we leave,
But hey, so I love how I was like, hey, Gocho, I got this, you know.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
ignoring the fact that I lost him in a power-up state, you know.
I lost
right?
him in my powered-up state. Literally, he stunted on me and sat on me like a chair. And you actually have
I got this, you know.
You have a real
right?
power-up form
before
with
we
Kate.
were fighting in a closed environment. There was we were fighting in an environment where there was a roof. You know, there could have been collateral damage. You know, right?
Yeah,
but
I was holding. Actually, I was holding back. I can do this now.
Yeah,
But,
man,
like,
it's fucking funny. It's like,
at least
boy.
Shoma has Cake King. Fucking Hanto doesn't even go into the Domaru form. But hey, yeah, Shoma goes and decides to hunt down the bird granny with the power of I guess again, this goes to I get it, right? Marshmallow lets him get floaty and it's light and he flies up like a balloon. There's a thread there. I see that. I can see that. That's fine. Don't know what the fuck is going on with Ram shit. But anyway, hey, great fight choreography in this. Kicking shit, slicing shit, putting his foot on the bag to turn it on and slash.
Oh yeah, man. Man, it's fucking amazing how I love the part where I like how Hato thought he got the upper hand when he knocked Larky's eyes fucking arrow. I was like, see now we both have no weapons, right? Yeah. Now I gotcha, you know, right? We're gonna sell this the old fashioned way, you know, right? With her fist and hit it like, no. What? Are you fucking stupid?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
I love how he still has access to his stupid little tentacle, like his jellyfish tentacle, you know, right?
Again, this is the thing. Most of how he fought when he beat the shit out of them wasn't really based on his abilities as Vram. I mean, clearly Vram gives him some kind of, like, you know, power up. But most of it was just him flinging his jellyfish tentacles all over the place and fucking people up.
Yeah, I think Hato forgot about that. You know, he did not consider that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, Shoma beats the bird granute by creaming all over him.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens. You know, right? That got the bird.
Yeah, he puts cream all over that bird.
Yeah, and then Hato gets his ass beat.
Yeah,
it's real bad.
Is once again now. Look. Hanto's been doing better than fucking Spawner in last season and all that stuff. But boy, he does have a penchant for getting beaten so bad that he is left barely breathing. That is also true.
But look, he sets Largy 9 off like, hey, you're one of those stomach,
one of them stomach people.
You know?
Like,
are you a member of the Shackler's family?
I would never be one of the Sacklers. How dare you? I don't support fentanyl. Fentanyl killed my wife or whatever.
Oh yeah. Also, hey, we also get look, there's a brief flashback.
Yeah, we've been getting some brief flashes of
brief flashback
of some kind of bird person or something that, like, some other granute that I guess Log A9 was in a relationship with or something that
or
again
was friends with, had close ties to
died from the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, you know, look, like I said, right? So one of the popular theories that was going around with Largy that he was a undercover cop who was trying to go in to the granute.
Okay. I can't have him be a cop. I need him to just be a disgruntled like family member of someone that got fucked over by the stomachs.
Oh yeah. Because that was one of the most popular theories that was going around. I don't understand. I was like,
if we have to start introducing a fucking police force, that only exists on the Granute side and doesn't exist on the human side when literal abductions are happening en masse on multiple
And
occasions.
the fact that the darkness are made with illegal. Well, I have to assume that the human materials are extremely illegal. You know, right?
I mean, otherwise I guess otherwise every Granute would go out and just make it themselves or get humans themselves.
Right, but yeah. So one of the biggest theory that people were throwing around was him being a cop. Like, after this, like, I don't think he's like, I just think he wants revenge, right?
Yeah.
At this point, we just established that every character in this show is in here for revenge,
Yeah.
right?
Everybody's got their own revenge, and we're all gonna get revenge, and we're
Right,
all
except
gonna have
Sasha
revenge.
doesn't know what the fuck is going on. She's like, hey, you wanna use my handyman service,
Yeah.
right? Right, like every other character in the show is purely in here for revenge, right? There's every character's motives are pretty self-explanatory, right? There's no deep hidden like meaning, right, going on with these characters anymore. They're like, it's pretty simple at this point in the show, right? I don't know why people are trying to deep dive, like try to make Lucky Knight out to be someone bigger than he is. No, he just hates. Hey, look, he hates drugs. That's it, He wants to keep drugs off our street,
Which,
right?
I have to say, man, this is a complete aside that ties into what people will hear in the bit at the end. The last thing that did happen when I was driving my car on Saturday was as I pulled up and parked on the radio, I heard a fucking McGruff the Crime Dog ad on the radio talking about be careful when you buy pills off of social media. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's it. Okay.
So maybe Vram is just McGruff the Crime Dog.
Boy, is McGruff still
Apparently
I guess
he
he
is,
never left.
And he's moved on from saying say no to like pot and shit to going, if you see someone trying to sell you uppers on Facebook, don't do it.
I went to his official website. I forgot he has it. Boy, oh my God, there's a. Oh man, this is a. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh wait, I mean he just did a collab with. He just did a gun safety video.
I think I know what
this was uploaded.
I think I know what next week's meme's gonna be.
This is like, what the fuck is this? This video was uploaded a month ago.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy
like,
shit!
Yeah.
Oh, we are going on to not cool, Kyle. Oh my God. Oh, we are.
Man,
oh
like,
boy.
man.
We're
Oh my God, man! If you go to the McGruff website, there is two art style going on for him. Like I feel like that's very conflicting.
I'm going to the
just
McGruff
pick one art style and go.
Hold on. I can buy. Holy shit! I want. Holy shit!
Oh, 100% goes to crime prevention. All right, cool.
Hold on.
Wait, wait.
No, I just want to.
Oh man, is there anything in his shop? It doesn't look like there's anything in his shop.
There's some pretty great shit in his shop. I want this hoodie. I want this
Okay,
hoodie.
okay, it did not load. It did not load for me.
I want this hoodie so bad.
Yep.
This is fucking insane.
Yeah.
This is, if I showed up to Yu-Gi-Oh! With this, that'd be fucking crazy. That'd be fucking crazy if I showed up in a fucking McGruff the Crime Dog. Oh my God, it goes all the way to 3XL? Can I get a 3XL McGruff the Crime Dog? Holy shit. Holy shit! Holy shit! If it wasn't $55, this would be fucking amazing! Oh my God! Oh, a youth tee for $35. A regular McGruff tee. Why is the youth tee the same price as the adult one? Holy shit! Oh my God!
You get a classic
That's
logo
the
dog
tee.
dad hat for $35. This is fucking
Holy
crazy.
shit! Holy shit! Oh my God! I want it so bad. I want it so bad.
This is the worst. Hey, for the audience who's still listening to this, boy, this episode ended like 10 minutes, ended like 5 minutes ago at this point.
Now we're just
Boy,
on
this is not even
McGruff.
the.
It's
This is not even our post-credit thing we're doing right now.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Alright, I think that's it for
I
this
think that's
episode.
it, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna
hey,
figure
Otto
it out.
gets
We
his
can-
ass beat, you
Oh
know?
my god, I can
Hey,
get a
look,
bandana!
Otto-
You can get a dog bandana!
Otto says, hey, round 3 next week. See me 1v1.
Yeah,
We'll do it again. All right.
Hey,
All right.
it is
All right,
but a
that's this
flesh
week's
wound.
episode. That's this week's episode. Okay, thanks. Bye. This is amazing.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah, what's up?
So, look, not to bring the mood down, but you know, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world.
Yeah,
right
hey,
now.
look. Hey, this might be the last week we have Greenland as his own thing, you know, right?
Yeah.
Before it becomes part of America, you know, right?
Shit's burning, shit's freezing, land acquisitions are being floated around all over the place.
Hey, look. I just heard on the news report that a certain someone is gonna buy TikTok, you know, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I missed that. Who?
Oh man,
hold on.
supposedly China wants to sell to a certain South African Wonder Boy,
Oh
you know,
God,
right?
no. Oh, I'm seeing it on
hey.
Bloomberg. No.
Oh, yeah, you know.
No. That should be a fucking SEC like you can't have that much consolidated like social media possession. I'm not gonna think about. Look. All I want to just talk about is I'm gonna start by talking about death, and then I'm gonna pivot into my own personal car issues. Okay.
Okay.
So, as I told you, back in November, had a death in my family. Very, very traumatic for the people, especially for my mom who was there for it, and blah blah blah. It's a bad time, right?
Right.
That was November. Now it's January. Cremation happened, so it's not like there was a fucking corpse like sitting like in a morgue, like decaying. So like there was leeway with like the schedule for the memorial service.
Okay.
There's a couple of things that were truly batshit about the memorial service.
Boy, did family members you have never seen before showed up to this, you know?
There's certainly that, but I also want to point out that each of my parents, because they're divorced, did have to be in the same room with each other on multiple occasions for the first time in, I want to say, by my mom's own account, I think it might have been like 10 years since they've actually interacted with each other. And it happened gloriously for me in front, like in full view of other people, and it was something where I just kind of like was standing off in a corner with Molly and some other people and going, holy shit! Like fucking David Attenborough going, holy shit, the two animals are approaching each other. These two animals have never approached each other before in the wild. That's a whole other story. I want to talk about one very specific weird fucking thing that happened to me because...
Boy, man, did anyone ask Molly if she knew Japanese again?
No, thank God. Jesus Christ, boy. And I will say, no, Jill Stein did not make an appearance. But,
Did you say that in invite? You think Joe Stein would have shown up?
oh, God, it's not an election year, so I don't think she would show up. She doesn't care unless there's an election.
Eventually, I had nothing else to do right now, you know, right?
Yeah. But, so it's a memorial service. we there's sharing stories, there's some crying, there's emotions, blah blah blah. Hey, got some good food, that was good. Hey, had some food, had some drinks, everything. The night starts to wind down, and it's and like at the time, because the church where the repast like thing at the end of the reception, I guess, is happening, is like 3 blocks from where we live. I was like, I'm gonna just park at the house, and then I'm just gonna like
don't waste gas, you know.
Like there was one place that was like the actual like service was in DC, so we drove to that. And then I was like, I told Mom, like, let me just drop you off, because I don't want to get blocked in by this like parking lot of people, because there's a shit ton of people here. I just want to drop you off, and then I'm gonna park the car back at the house, and then I'll walk back over. Which I thought, fine, okay, I'll do that. So I park in the driveway, which I don't normally do, because there's multiple people living in this place, in this household, and I also don't want to be boxed in by other people or box somebody else in the driveway. I just park on the street.
Yeah.
So I park in the driveway just to be like fast about it. Park, walk back to the church. We have a good time. End of the night comes around, and then I'm like, okay, I'll go back and get the car to drive us home, because it's cold as shit, right?
Yeah.
And I go, so I walk in the cold back to the house, realize
Did you bring your keys?
No, I realized that I wasn't the only person that thought that, because my best friend, who was driving his dad's car, parked his dad's car behind my car, and then did the same thing I did. And I went, fuck, shit. So then I had to walk all the way back to the church, again, in the cold, 3 blocks. I went,
but did you not thought about calling your friend?
He was right there, too. Like, I mean, I guess I could have called him and told him to walk over and get the keys, or I guess I could have called... Look, there's ways I could have dealt with this. But hey, I've been having a long day, alright? So I just walk over and I'm like, hey, so I fucked up, and I parked, and I'm in the driveway, and you parked your dad's car behind my car. And he's like, okay, cool. Let's both walk over there now, and we'll... and I'll get my dad's keys, move his car, and then you can move your car. So we walk back now for this. Like, now I'm walking back for the second time. He gets his dad's keys.
And Molly's still at the church.
Yeah. So his dad, he gets the keys from his dad. He moves the car, and then, like, I get in my car, and I'm starting to, like, pull out, but it turns out, because it's still cold as shit, and it just fucking snowed a bunch, and no one had, like, parked in, I guess, that specific spot of the driveway. There was still a bunch of frozen snow and ice, so now my wheels are spinning as I'm trying to, because it's a driveway on an incline, and the incline goes down, not up. So I am trying to reverse my car out of the ice and snow, and I only have front wheel drive, and it's like spinning and kicking up ice and shit. And this goes on for...
Drive like 5 minutes down the block or whatever, right?
Yeah, so this is going... So now it's going bad. Like, now this is becoming a problem.
Yeah.
At this point, right, my friend is like, hey, what happened? And I'm like, yeah, it's just spinning, and he's trying to guide me. Then as I'm doing this, I look out my side view mirror, and I see our mutual friend, Boston, is there, and he's there. Yeah. I'm like, why are you here? You were at the church. And he's like, oh, I drove over here because people were wondering what happened to you guys. I'm like, yes, I'm trying to get out of the fucking ice, okay? I don't need you snickering, okay, to help. It's like, I didn't say anything. I just, like, fucking just help, all right? So... Eventually, they get...
Did you tell me that? Hey, I am trying to drive out of... Trying to get the drive... To go drive back to the church. To drive back home.
Yeah, why did you... You could have just driven Molly over here, and then I wouldn't have to drive back home. Right? But so... Yeah. So, eventually, they get shovels, and they crack the ice so that I can get traction, and I pull out of the driveway. And I get out of the driveway, and I'm like, fucking fine. Okay, great. And then we go back to the church so that I can finally pick up Molly. And then, when I get there, I guess all of the other young people, my friend's wife, his sister, Molly, some other people, another mutual friend, like other friends that were there, they just, I guess, been spending the last, 20 minutes that this has been going on, just hanging out and getting toasty off of beers and stuff. And so now this has turned into like, what are we doing next? Okay, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Jesus.
Boy, is Molly, how many bottles has Molly gone through?
I don't, well, the bigger problem is, as you know, the question is not so much how much did she drink, is how little was she able to eat? And that's the real thing where I was like, okay, look, Jesus fucking Christ, okay. We all gotta figure out what the fuck is happening. Please stop, like doing this. And I'm just like, okay, some people are getting in one car, other people are getting in another car. Alright, cool. Fine, whatever. And then Austin's like, oh, well, I parked my car back over by your place. Can you give me a ride back to my car? I'm like, fine, sure, okay.
I mean, you're already back there anyway, so yeah, makes sense.
So, other people get in my friend's car, they go back over to the place. Molly gets in the car, Boston gets in the car. And I go, okay, cool. We gotta drive
so it's all three of you in the car now. All right, you're on a... Yeah,
but
5 minutes drive back.
But I got my car, and I've made it all the way here, and I've, got through the ice, and it's okay. I'm driving everybody, again, the 3 fucking blocks that it is. It's just cold outside. I'm driving everybody, I'm ferrying everybody over. And we pull up, and as we're trying to get up, because there's a slight incline depending on which direction you, come in towards, our house. Again, it's cold as shit, and it's icy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
it's snowing, you know.
I'm not get, as I'm going uphill, the battery just fucking dies. And it's just like, oh.
Boy,
it's so cold, that basically the battery stopped doing what it's supposed to do. And then Boston's like, uh-oh, shit. Well, do you, do you think, you have jumpers or anything? I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have jumpers. And he's like, oh, man, how far are we from the house? I'm like, we're literally 3 houses down. He's like, okay, I'll just get out and walk over to my car. So he gets out and walks over to his car that he's now able to get to that I drove him close enough to, that was 3 blocks away, and he gets his car, drives his car up, we jump my car, and I'm finally able to drive my car up, finally back to the house, and then I can be done for the fucking night and go, fuck it, fine, whatever. This is all build up to what I found the next day. Because I got out the next morning, or afternoon or whatever, and went, let me look under the hood, let me test my battery and stuff, and make sure nothing is fucked up, right? I lift
in the snow. Yeah.
I lift the hood, I turn on the car, it turns on fine, I'm like, okay, it's running. I turn it off, pop the hood, and I go, alright, I'm not a car guy, but let me just look and see if anything looks empty or wrong or fucked up.
Yeah.
And I look around and there's some sticks and leaves and shit, the normal stuff that just
that's normal. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I look in front of the battery.
You just remove those. Yeah.
And then I look in front of the battery and I see what looks like a cracked, broken open tube, and I'm like, oh fuck, some kind of some kind of valve or something cracked and broke off or something. Oh fuck, god damn it, what the fuck is this? And then I reached down to grab it with a napkin, and I realize that it comes out immediately because this is what was inside my car.
Okay. It's boy. Okay. Yeah.
So.
Wow.
So what does that look like?
Yeah, boy, man. Did something die in your car?
So, that looks pretty big if something died in my car, because that's a fucking bone, my guy.
Yeah.
I pulled out a fucking, what I can only assume is a very old, like, the marrow dried up and hollowed out or whatever, that's why I thought it was like a tube of something, of like a barbecue rib bone. And like, to be fair, I haven't like, I don't, again, not a car guy, I'm not Dominic Toretto popping up the hood to like check on everything and tighten some screws and refill the tank and everything.
Okay.
But this thing was like perfectly positioned in like a piece of metal that is like meant to hold everything in place. That it like it was standing up, like it was vertical. So looking down at
so this was something.
Looking down at it in the hollow, like in the hollowed out bit, it looked like it reasonably, in my opinion, looked like a like old dried cracked like tube of some sort for some liquid. But when I pulled it out, it immediately was just like, oh, this is just like a piece of metal that's meant to like hold like pieces in place, other pieces in place, and this fucking bone got stuck in it somehow. And I have shown this to like 4 people now, and every single one of them is just like, well, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I'm like, I don't know either, because as I told Damali, I'm like, ribs are not a working on my car sort of food, right?
Boy, man, hey, man, is that what a TikTok trends, you know?
It's not
right?
like I'm just saying, it's not something that you just like, you pop, like, there's no mechanic that's like snacking on like a like flight of ribs and just like leaves them on the fucking car, right? But at the same time, it's insane to be like, so we were driving and we knocked up a fucking spare rib on the ground and it flew up into my fucking, under the hood of my car, bounced around and popped up in a perfect spot to look like a like tube of something. And it's also old as shit. So
yeah,
it's either been there since I bought this car, which I did buy used, which it's still insane if the car dealership, like if CarMax didn't fucking like notice, what's this fucking bone in here? So it's either been there since I bought it, or somehow, some way, it popped in there. I've only had work done on my car once, and I can't imagine again.
Boy, man,
someone's eating ribs.
You're supposed to get your car checked out like every few months.
No. I mean, right? I get the oil check, but like oil change.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying like I've only had like actual work done on it, like because it like needed something done to it, like once. And like, well, I guess I got tires checked, but what I'm saying is under the hood, you know?
Yeah.
And so like body work, and I can't imagine someone being like, I want to imagine it's like 2 guys, and one guy's like actually working on the under the hood on the car, and the other guy's just like snacking on ribs, go, oh, you want some? It's pretty good. It's like, no, man, I'm trying to fucking do this. And he goes, all right, well,
but my hands are green.
If you want it,
you want me to hold the rib?
If you want this,
if you want,
hey, I'm gonna leave you one just in case you want it, and I'm gonna just put it here right by this battery, and you get it when you want it. And then it just fucking falls down there, and it's just been cooked, and the meat's fallen off the bone.